Heyo, friends of the WarGears scene. I'm still pretty sick and I probably shouldn't strain my voice. I really wanted to make a video before I got sick, but my internet just didn't work. So also I'm in the middle of a pretty hectic project and exam phase, but it's gonna be fine. So this time around I will be showing off the UndeadLegion by the Breadbeard. It's another QuickGear public, and I assume the video is going to be pretty short, because, as it's by the same person, they have reused a bunch of the cannons, but I still really want to show this one because there's one cannon that you don't know how it works yet, and I think it's pretty cool. It's neat. You can learn a bunch from it. So let's look at the thing. As for the Hornet, I think this is a pretty cool design. Really like it. So on the roof, we have the same artillery cannons that you know from the Hornets. I'm not going to demonstrate them again. Watch that video if you want to know how they work. This one doesn't have the same downstab cannons though that the Hornet has. Other than these artilleries, there's nothing on the roof except for a bunch of design, of course. And then you can get down through this shaft or these staircases. So let's just take one of the staircases and you will see, first of all, a really nice lookout where you have a view of the entire opponent, which is very neat. And you also, to both sides, have the same stamps that the Hornet QuickGear has, and they function in the exact same way. And that's it. This bottom cannon, and yes, all of this is one cannon, is all that's remaining. So it's really just 5 cannons. The 2 on the roof, the 2 stabs, and then this big behemoth, and even these levers on the walls are part of this cannon. So what is this? We call these cannons AKs, which has nothing to do with them being automatic or anything. It's really quite simple. They're called Arschkratzer, which translated to English literally means ass scratcher. Truly a community we have, right? And it's an interesting principle. Basically, we have these 4 charges. These are propellants, and these are projectiles. And these 4 charges here first shoot the propellant and projectiles sideways in our own WarGear to one of these 4 stations that act as launch points, and from there they are shot outwards. So let's just demonstrate what this looks like with just like a propellant and a projectile every time. This means the cannon doesn't function properly, but I just want you to be able to look at what happens. As you saw, the first station was selected, and because of this we saw an explosion right here. What happens if I deselect this station and I do the same thing again? I load these sideways charges, 1 propellant and 1 projectile. Now you were able to see that the propellant and the projectile flew the entire way to the end of this corridor and exploded in this station. So depending on which of these levers you select, the propellant and projectiles are going to be stopped there. So how does that work? I'm going to keep it very short. Basically, you see these fence gates, and if you activate this lever, these fence gates are going to close and be pushed into place. And when the propellant and projectile fly on the sides of the corridor, and when they hit these new hitboxes now, then they get stopped and they're now in this water column, and then from there they can fly outwards. So let's just actually shoot once, because I've always just been loading 1 propellant and 1 projectile. Let's load this guy up once and fire. There is this station selected right now. So we can go through this shaft now, look on the outside, and we can see damage. And as we have 4 stations, you can expect to be able to do the same thing in 4 distinct places. But you also do have a vertical shifting mode when you flip that lever. And I'm going to shoot this once as well for demonstrational purposes. And you can see what happens. I have the same station selected. And now we hit lower. And for the sake of completeness, I'm going to show really quickly what makes this happen. You can see right now there's this fence gate here and this lightning rod here. And if I flip this lever, they are gone. And what this does is when the propellant and projectile are launched sideways, they will first calculate upwards. So they will either calculate upwards and find this open fence gate, which they can't collide with, and this block of air, which doesn't stop them, or they will get stopped by this upwards hitbox and this upwards hitbox. So this really just influences how high or low they are when they fly to the station, and then in turn how high they will fly when they hit the opponent. So all in all, you can hit 8 distinct spots on the opponent, 2 on every of the 4 stations. And every time you shoot, you're going to get deeper into the opponent, so you are suggested to increase this delay as you shoot. For the first shot, you're going to use 1 tick, as is the default. And then for the second and third shot, you're going to use 2 ticks. And for the fourth shot, you're going to use 3 ticks. And that's it. Now you know everything about this AK, aka S Scratcher. And I hope you're going to have a whole bunch of fun playing with the Undead Legion. And I get to rest my voice again. As per usual, feel free to join the WarGears International Discord. If you have questions, ask me. If you have critique, let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful evening.